Good morning, everyone. This is Gary Kayye, and you are looking at my daily rants and raves for the day. Of course, Daily Rants and Raves is part of the rAVe Radio podcast network, and we're doing something special today because normally you only hear me, but you're getting to see me today because we are exactly a month away from Almo Pro AV's E4 AV Tour, which starts this year. The first one is in Houston on Friday, September 11th. And I'm joined by Brian Rhatigan of Almo Pro AV. Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good morning, everyone.
Well, first of all, thank you for joining me, and I'm excited to be part of the tour again. We've really enjoyed working with you. It's been a lot of fun developing keynotes and seeing the stuff that I talk about in the keynotes sort of come to fruition each year or two afterwards. I try to keep it sort of future focused, and I remember developing a keynote three years ago specifically around AV integrators getting into digital signage and how important that was for us to sort of take that market back. And you guys launched about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, content creation services for integrators so that you can help them get into the digital signage market by making the content side of it easier. And the whole purpose of that is, for those of you who haven't attended my digital signage training session, is that the money is in the content and the management of the content. There's, of course, money to be made in the hardware as well, but there's a tremendous amount of money to be made in the content side of things. Brian, did I get that right so far? And that's kind of what we're here today to talk about. We have something that you're going to launch at the new E4 show. But first of all, thanks for joining us, and I want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, happy to be here. Absolutely. We've heard feedback from our resellers and dealers that attend our events that they have no problem specifying and installing the hardware systems for digital signage systems, but many people kind of put their hands up when it comes to the content, and they essentially have to either turn their customers away to go source it elsewhere, or basically have the customers handle it themselves. And so we kind of took that feedback, and we now have a model that allows our customers to resell digital content creation services available from Almo in a variety of different platforms, and take advantage of that revenue stream, which in many cases is actually going to be an ongoing revenue stream because content needs to be updated regularly. Yeah. And additionally, it also keeps dealers in front of their customers' faces on an ongoing basis, so that 3 or 4 years from now, when they go to do a refresh of their hardware, they're likely going to be, calling out to the partner that they have been dealing with for the last 3 or 4 years.
You become an in-house content creation AV company, so they're going to call on you for everything.
Exactly.
It's going to lead to a whole lot more. So one of the things you guys have been actually offering this as a service that can basically be white labeled, for lack of a better term, for the integrator to sell to their clients. And at this year's E4 Expo, what you're actually going to do is you're going to have 2 different kind of workshops. So the first one's focused on digital signage, and you're actually going to have 10 seats for them to be able to sit down. So for 10 people. And you'll do a few different workshops, which we'll get into in just a second. But 10 people in each workshop will be able to sit down and use the content creation services back-end system that you guys have on your website, create content, and actually publish it to a BrightSign player.
That's correct. So we have a number of different ways or platforms that customers can take advantage of for content creation, ranging from very, very simple up to editable menu boards, and really up to fully blown full video editing suites. So what we're going to be showing at the workshop it's brand new. It's Almo Content Creator. So this is for your small businesses that, let's say, don't have a big budget for content creation, but they still want to have something that's going to look a bit more attractive than, let's say, something they can create in PowerPoint.
Right.
So they'll be able to go to this website, create multi-layered presentations with audio and different effects and transitions, and render that content right on the spot to be played on a platform like BrightSign or any other CMS platform, because it's just a file. It's agnostic as far as the system. So the idea with this workshop is basically to kind of walk users through the entire process in a hands-on fashion. So they'll get to actually create some content, and they'll actually be able to use the BrightSign software to set up a player for its initial use, to create a simple playlist and then to actually publish it to one of several players that we'll have in the room.
Well, what's cool about that is, so for those who attend this and sign up for this, and you need to go on the Almo E4 AV Tour website, which you can just Google, or you can go to e4avtour.com, and you need to sign up for a workshop quickly because there's only 10 seats in each workshop, and it'll actually, even if you're not the person creating the content, the point of this is, for a living, is that it shows you how simple this system is to use and how easy it would be for you to sell this as a service to your client. So the other workshop you're going to do is, of course, I'm really excited about, because the next keynote I did the year after doing the digital signage keynote was all about BYOD and collaboration and wireless connectivity. And you're actually going to do a workshop about that, and that is you're going to actually have the biggies in there. You're going to have the VIA Connect from Kramer. You're going to have the Enzo from AMX, and you're going to have, of course, ClickShare from Barco, all in one room, and they'll be able to come in this workshop and actually see how they work, compare the different ones, and actually connect to them. Like if they have their own phone, they have their own tablet with them, they'll be able to connect to the system and see how it all works.
That's correct. They'll see what's involved in configuring the devices, how you can get into the menus to change some of the settings on the devices. We're actually going to have some AMX control product in the room as well, so we can demonstrate control systems in a presentation environment. And additionally, we're going to be highlighting for a very entry-level screen sharing system is the Samsung TVs that offer the screen sharing via Miracast as well.
Yeah, Miracast, yeah. In fact, I did a video showing how that works. I don't know if you saw the series of videos that I did on what's the best consumer television to use in commercial applications. One of the reasons I picked it, I basically came down to 4 things, was because of that. And one of the videos focuses on how easy that is. I don't know if you had a chance to see that yet or see that article, but it's been shared a tremendous amount on our website, and it's something to check out at ravepubs.com. But I'm glad that you're doing that, because a lot of people, of course, have seen the ClickShare. Like they sort of invented that segment of the market, for lack of a better term. But
yes.
You mentioned the AMX Enzo. The difference between Enzo and ClickShare is a standalone system. To integrate that into a larger system, it's probably better to use something like an AMX Enzo product, because then you can integrate it into an AMX system, which includes signal routing and distribution and control. And then, of course, you have the VIA, which also is Kramer, which
right.
is also system-based. So you sort of have all 3 levels of availability. And what's cool about this, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you'll actually have all of them there, and they'll be able to play with all 3 and see the differences in the way they operate.
That's correct. Absolutely.
It won't be like just going to a trade show booth. You'll actually be able to sit there and connect to it, pull out your phone, connect to it.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of these workshops. Like I mentioned, we take a lot of feedback from attendees regularly at our E4 events. And one of the popular comments that we receive back is that users were looking for more hands-on training. So that's kind of the idea behind these 2 workshops.
Well, I think this is a great idea. People do want more hands-on. I've been excited I love doing the keynotes. I'm excited about it. My keynote this fall is going to be all about smart building technology and how to get into that segment of the market. It is obviously a rapid growing segment, and it's the future of AV. Obviously, everything is going to be connected to the central control system that's controlling the building one day, because that's on the backbone, the network, which is going to be connected to everything else. So I'm excited about that keynote. We've done it a couple of times already. It's probably been one of the most popular ones I've done, which sort of surprised me because I thought it was a little bit too forward thinking when I was developing it. But I'm excited because every time we've done it, I've had consultants come in and tell me, it's funny that you're doing this. You're preaching to the choir, but I've also been telling people for years that they need to do this because this is the way everything is going to be connected in the future. So I'm excited about that. I love the workshops. I've been doing the show floor tours at the E4. That's been a lot of fun too. And of course, you can see all of it. We have a microsite set up for all your stuff. And in fact, every video we've shot at the E4 the last few years is still on that microsite. So you can go to ravepubs.com/E4. Can't be any simpler than that. And of course, if you want to go and you want to register for the E4, you can go there, and we have a link to register to your site, or you can go to e4avtour.com and you can go directly and register there as well. So September 11th in Houston, and then October 8th in
Yes.
Where is it?
That's going to be in the New York metro area. I believe
That's
it's
right.
actually going to be in Newark.
Yeah. So Newark, October 8th. And I'm excited about that because my daughter is starting college up in that area. So they give me a chance to stop by and see her. So I'll be up in your area, maybe spending an extra day, thanks to you. So yeah, check it all out, Brian. And by the way, I want to say something. You have the most happiest sounding signals coming out of your computer. As we were talking and doing this, I was hearing a wide range of different tones. Unlike most people have everything the same tone, every single communications device on your computer has a different tone. So I don't know what each one of them stands for, but I guess you do.
Yeah, I do. I definitely have to keep things positive.
So I think you were getting email and you were getting text messages and other things, and it was cute. It was neat. It was there goes. So getting different messages. It's a lot of fun. But hey, thanks for joining me today, Brian. And
my
thanks
pleasure,
for joining my Rants and rAVes. Thanks for watching, and please do attend. I mean, if you're going to be in the Houston area, and if you're going to be in the New York area in September and October, and also for those of you who can't go to an E4 tour, I mean, the best way to experience is go to ravepubs.com/E4 because we shoot videos at every single stand. And of course, if you're interested in their content creation services, contact Brian Rhatigan, and you can contact him. And your email is, Brian?
My email is B like Brian Rhatigan, and that's RHATIGAN @almo.com.
Perfect. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and have a great day.